in the mirror. In the mirror, this is a video. This is what he's calling this video. So there's the Garden River today. There's ours here, which is the Garden River. So Mason meditates on the river, and it updates the abyss to his karma. So he can go to the river and he can show the Mother Earth what he's doing, and his projected karma and power in the future gets updated when he meditates at a certain spot. He's doing really well. It's based off his future of him releasing his information one day, and he's gonna go to the Mayberry River on his birthday, which is July 17th. So it's July right now, and he's gonna get a bunch of ecstasy and update the earth to the real dream, and he's gonna possibly create a natural disaster. It's why there's rumors between natural disasters in Revelation, and he has destroyer angels that can create natural disasters, and there might be plagues. There's been a lot of fornication in the abyss. Olivia's the strong woman as well as the Red Horseman. Her best friend Natalie Walters is the Black Horseman, and she has a lot of plagues as well. From their fornication, and incest, and lesbianism. So, Jesus sold his soul to the devil for world control, and Olivia is probably Jesus. They soul swap though. Their souls they go back and forth with each other. They're witches. They're like soul sisters and devil twins. So they wander around the abyss. They turn into each other's bodies. Go back and forth. They might be to their souls though. He has them in his body. Yeah, it might be their souls. Telepathic with their souls. It doesn't actually talk to them much though. They just live in their unconscious mind with witches. Chats with them. They don't really talk about that stuff too much. They can talk for a while. It's just listening to birds. But Jesus sold his soul to the devil for world control, to forsake God and serve Satan. And it manifests God as a human being, and that human being is Mason. Mason's powerful for world control at this point in time. He's the first white horseman, the conqueror. His older brother is the pale horseman, Blake Freed. Blake's the angel of death, but what are you talking about? He's the Grim Reaper. There you go. So he's waking the world up, and Mason's born. And Jesus selling his soul. Mason would have been united with Jesus if Jesus hasn't sold his soul to the devil. Jesus is born from the Revelation dream fractaling, and Mason not turning into the Messiah in the Revelation prophecy, and turning into a black hole in outer space. And Mason had to go to the desert to try to get saw machine sorcery. He was promised saw machine sorcery, and he didn't smoke the DMT. He took acid in the end, but he ended up using amphetamine and marijuana when he got out of jail. And he didn't know what drugs to use, but he was just in dis. They didn't know what drugs to use because of sorcery. They forgot it required sorcery. They forgot it required drugs. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just behind the fractals, just as scramblers from the art of dreaming. So it was Mason waking up with a dream emissary. And they did not get the sorcery. It's been training in the abyss for 6 years now. It's 6 years since he went to jail. 7 years since he's been murdered. The angel is out of Mason's body right now. We don't have the angel in Mason's body. The angel that lives inside of Mason's body. But when Mason comes to this river spot, the angel turns into the river. So there you go. Like one day the angel is gonna leave Mason's body and go into his. He's gonna stalk Mason's little brother. So it's gonna be one with his little brother, Gabe. Angel of Death. And he's gonna leave Mason's body so Mason's gonna have sex. So he's gonna leave his pilgrimage and get out of the desert, and it's like the Upanishads. Mason drank some rum last night on the night river, getting sorcery. He make a video. Michael wanted to give Mason a bunch of plagues. He made Mason high on DXM again, but he didn't take the DXM again because he shouldn't be abusing it. And it was just a temptation from Dis, a temptation from hell to abuse the DXM, and he'd experienced an ego death, and he'd experienced a bunch of hallucinations, and like his normal trips, he's just one with the clear light. He doesn't hallucinate much. He just like talks to angels and mutates. Like they're like hell drugs. Like he'll hallucinate one day. I mean, even when he drinks alcohol, he doesn't hallucinate much. He just gets drunk, and like a vampire. You can drink a lot. When you hallucinate on any drug, you're creating fractals. It's just different projected realities remanifesting. So he wants to be the president one day, and talks to Magi. They're a part of the New World Order. He like talks to New World Order a little bit. They're like New World Order angels in his mind. You know, yeah, the angels in his mind are the New World Order. There you go. It's just like they're crazy angels. Like they've tried to destroy the universe for profit. Like they're hell demons as well. Like some of them are. Now they're fallen angels. But they're fallen from the stars. They were the seraphim. Now they're humans, so they're fallible. And they were infallible. They designed themselves with intelligence, though, to like trip with Mason. It's because they're supposed to use psychedelic drugs. And we made them fallible. Like we made them have hero's journeys, so they get epics if they get powerful. And they might like trip with animals and stuff. They cultivate magic that way. It's also just good to just trip in Mother Nature. They might trip in their cars. He might trip in his car one day. After he gets off the river, he just goes in his car and just relax. You can trip in there for like 3 hours and you go in his car and relax. Like with LSD. Oh, like with LSD, you can just go in his car and relax in a parked spot where it's safe if he's tripping hard. So he meditates on the river, and like he's using psychedelics on the river, where it's really safe. It's staying for like 2 hours, so it's pretty uncomfortable. It's like getting pretty sore. So he just wants to put a bunch of people in prison because a bunch of people sold their souls to reincarnate to be Mason's friends in high school or to like bully him and dominate him. Mason was fat. and there's a bunch of different high schools in Reno, and like each high school is one with a different canto, like from Dante's Inferno. And like Reno High School is the newer order high school because it's like one with this. Like the high school McQueen is the Seraph High School because it's one with heaven. And then Galena might be the Gordon High School. He doesn't know the other high school. Yeah, we want it to be Rain Shadow. Rain Shadow's the Gordon High School. There you go. Mess it up. They use drugs in the Gordon. There you go. I just went to Rain Shadow temporarily. I also went to McQueen temporarily. He didn't fit in McQueen. He didn't do well in school. He was a video gamer. Like, he played World of Warcraft and Guild Wars. And he didn't study much. So he didn't go to school much either. He was like an autodidact. So he's like a wandering monk now. He's been to jail as well. And he can't get a job now. So he was married to this throat woman and she cheated on him and he ended up choking her at the end in wrath. That's the word that Mason being Satan because he choked his wife that cheated on him while she was pregnant, and she ended up using methamphetamine while pregnant, and it cut the son's brain in half. Because we're getting really high and like having lesbian sex with Natalie Walters, her best friend. So Julian has ACC, Mason's son. He's the Antichrist. He's half Adolf Hitler, half Jesus. So his ego is one with Jesus right now, and his will is one with Hitler. So Hitler's in other people's bodies right now. He can go in other people's bodies. I mean, Kim Jong-un's body too. So there you go. Like, Kim Jong-un is in Mason's body right now. Or, he's like in Mason's body right now. I mean, one of Mason's cherubim. Like, in his war room, he's just like has Mason's cherubim in his war room. There's a movie in the park tonight. He's probably gonna go to it. He's out from a ride home, but he's not taking it. There you go. Mason's children are asking him to adopt them again, and apparently the natural disasters they're being worked on right now. Mason's talking about this. But, yeah, he can either get high on meth with his Kundalini, or he can get high on speed with Kundalini. And if he chooses to get high on speed, he can vape meth while high on speed, and just get higher on speed, so he heals himself. I guess higher on meth. Yeah, it's up. We're saying, as angels, they are wrong. That speed burns into meth. It felt like the metal was burning into speed when he was doing the Kundalini. That's where his theory comes from. Well, we're saying speed probably burns into meth. He thought speed burned into Shiva. And you know what? It burns into Shanti apparently. Like, it does. It actually does. Like, in the long run, it burns into Shakti. It's just you keep the Shiva, get it? That's how it works. Like the next day you keep the Shiva from the high. It just burns into Shakti slowly. So yeah, if you keep using Adderall, like, you do build the Shiva in your bones. You just reach a Shiva count where you can't take it any longer, and then you have to start using meth, and you burn the Adderall out of you. So there you go. So when you heal yourself, what happens then? You have meth. There you go. You burn the amphetamine into meth. So there you go. And it just burns off the amphetamine into Shiva, into Shakti rather, and when you vape meth. So there you go. We think a lot together. We think a lot together. So there you go. So, you know, Lily might be Jesus, and you might marry her one day if she agrees to marry him in the far off future. He might have sex with his mom first, give her a daughter, in order to heal her mind. Apparently, Mason's mom was created from him taking LSD. So he like created her from the Bardos. Like he chose his mom apparently. That's the joke. Like he got a really cool mom that lets him use drugs, and she does like take care of him, make sure he doesn't abuse himself, and he stays healthy and stuff. Like she kind of supports him. She's an enabler. Like she's kind of a witch herself. She doesn't have any crazy magic. She doesn't call herself or no, she's a witch. It's just Mason's an actual sorcerer that's red, calls Castaneda, and he's like a practicing sorcerer. So there you go. Mason's mom's really cool. He really loves his mom. She's like the best mom in the world. She's Mahamaya, the mother goddess. She's the mother of God. So he still came out of her vagina, and like she was just born when he was born apparently. She might have been born 8th dimensionally. You get it? She was born 8th dimensionally. So yeah, she does perceive reality, but she can lose perception of reality if he doesn't give her a daughter. The daughter is like an angel that trains Janice. So like the angel probably got her that job at American. It got her that business at American Iron. It's an angel that works with the Titans, and the Titans work at American Iron. They're all Masons, like they're one with Mason's cherubim. The Titans at American Iron. They're all really crazy. Like they might be Area 51. Like people, like it's just like they're one with them. Like the people, like Area 51 are Titans too. They're associated with them. It's like they have the same energy bodies and stuff. Like American Iron might fuel power at Area 51 as well as just Las Vegas. Because yeah, the Titans are like on the strip in Las Vegas. Like the mom, they call them the Titans. They're really cool. They're like the gorillas. They're Mason's the best. Like Karen's Italian, Christian's Italian, Mason's friend Christian's Italian. Steve's probably Italian too. Steve Anderson, yeah, Steve's Italian. Yeah, Steve's Italian. He's part of Mason's Italian Trinity. Like Mason and Steve and Christian are 3 demigods. If they God in the flesh, like they're like gods in the flesh. Karen's Krishna. Mason's Lord Krishna. Krishna's master. There you go. Mason's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Mason's mom has to meditate with him in the garden one day. He might release his information on his birthday. There you go. He gets high on the river. He's gonna trip on Robo on the river again. Like an antidepressant. He has a really hard life. Like he is still in the 7th season. It's hell. Like he's getting addictions burned out of him. Like he's getting suicide burned out of him. So he's not suicidal one day. He's getting royal. He's like climbing a royal mountain. He's Lord Shiva, climbing a royal mountain. Like practicing the Bhagavad Gita. So it's really funny. It's the White Horse and the Conqueror. The legend of Arjuna is based on him. Arjuna is supposed to be Lord Krishna. Then he sees the Godhead, which is Krishna. It's really epic. So yeah, Mason's a river meditator. He's like following the real epic too, the real legend. That's why the legend of Dragon. That's why Dragon Ball Z is based on him. He's got Julian, which is Mason's pan. Mason's pan actually. Julian's trying to steal pan from Mason. Yeah, Mason's pan actually. But like Mason's supposed to be Gohan, and then the kid's name is Pan. It might be a joke because Mason was born from being Ron. Like Ron reincarnated into Mason. Mason's biological father reincarnated into Mason. That's why it's not weird if he fucks his mom. Because Mason's dad fucked him. Fucked her mom. Fucked his mom. And Mason's born from being his dad. So it's not even weird. So there you go. He really looks like he kind of looks like Ron a little bit too. Like a little bit. Like a little bit. Like Blake doesn't. But Mason more looks like him. Like Blake's will comes from Ron.